Welcome to November 2024. I made a few changes on the question paper, and in front of you, you will see that I have highlighted in red, put in a few emojis, symbols to mention that, to highlight also that you have 1 hour, and there's a lot to be done in that 1 hour. You have to really know your work, you have to be super fast, and you have to be accurate. So let's proceed. This company has already been will be loaded for you on your computers. If you notice here, I've already got mine loaded. So you'll find that it'll be loaded. So be mindful of that. This entire copy of this November 2024 pastel question paper with all these little changes and highlighted areas has been it is available for you using the link. Go subscribe to the channel and you click on the link and you'll find the soft copy available for your perusal and you can work with it at your own leisure. So this company here, MTG, has already been created for you. And you will also notice that I highlighted for you that Mr. Peter Swane has already been created for you. And when you look at edit employee, you're going to find that Mr. Swane has been captured for you. So you don't need to worry about the capturing of this particular individual, this employee. However, what you need to remember is that there will be amendments, there will be changes, there will be additions that will be made from your question paper that you need to be aware of. So, for example, let's look at this question paper. We have Mr. Swane here, and you'll notice it's been captured. So we go down, and you're going to find that there's some information about it here. Is that you will need to capture the job description and banking details of all employees. In other words, in this instance, it's Mr. Ngubane, who is a new employee, and Mr. Swane. So there are these two important aspects need to be covered here. So job description and banking details, as well as leave balances and leave entitlement. And thereafter, you can then proceed to make your changes to your transactions. So let's look at this particular individual, Mr. Gumane. I have taken the time to capture it, all the information that's relevant. I've even went and captured the leave balances for you. You'll be able to see that there's opening balance of all three of them as zero, and the leave entitlement of annual leave entitlement is 15 days, family responsibility is 5, and sick leave 36. In the same way, when I looked at Mr. Swane, I've also captured the opening balances for all three descriptions of the leave, annual leave, family responsibility, sick leave, and the cycle leave entitlement 15, 5, 36. So quick look at here, going to find that is Mr. Ngubane. Ngubane, there's his leave opening balance is 0. Entitlement is 15. So if I look back here, there's Mr. Ngubane, and you're going to find all three are 0. There's your all three 0 and 15, 5, and it's 12. Oh, days accrued will be 36. 12 times 3 is 36 in a 3-year cycle. So there's it all ready for you. In the same way, now we've got Mr. Swane. Let's go and check on that, Mr. Swane. And we're going to find Mr. Swane is going to be, his information is going to be somewhere here. To look for it. Obviously, you'll have a hard copy. It makes things slightly easier, but we're going to find it somewhere. There it is, Mr. Swane's Annual leave entitlement is 15. So if you look at it here, there it is 15, and the opening balance is 7, and it's going to be family responsibility 0 and 5 as entitlement, and opening balance of 15 and 36 as entitlement. Be mindful of that. However, what I needed to explain to you this in this session here is that we need to apart from the leave balances which I've shown you, we need to capture the job descriptions of both employees. So yeah, I want to go and look for that job description of Mr. The occupations. There are two occupations listings. Yeah, one is somebody is a manager. They call it managers. It's fine. It should be manager, and a designer. So they want you to capture this here and allocate it to the individual. So let's look at Mr. Kobane. Going to find he's the designer. So go further down and we're going to find that Mr. Swane, his occupation is the manager. So let's do Mr. Swane since we've got it opened here. That's manager. So you're going to find that information under payment. You have personal, you have payment, and here you have occupation. So when you click on this box occupation here, you may search for it. You're going to experience a slight issue where you know that you haven't created them, so give you an error message. So that's not a problem. So you recall, you could use F5 or you could click on the search button and it tells you that when you click OK, then obviously F6 is a shortcut key for add, function key 6, you'll add, and let's put down these two occupations. One was a designer and the other one was a manager. Although they mention managers, we'll keep it as managers. Having said that, now we quickly look and type that in. We looked at Mr. Swane, he's the manager, so you'll select manager and we can modify it to managers, or to manager. It sounds a bit more appropriate to manager. I may not change an occupation. First, delete the occupation. That's a good point. So we have to delete the line. And yes, remember these things take time, manager. So it's this was just for explanation purposes. You can use managers, it's not an issue here. So there's manager, Mr. Swane, press enter, and there comes Mr. Swane. So you create the two occupations and now you've allocated it to the individual. You save that, and then let's look at Mr. Pengupane. Save it. When you find that you have an issue with saving, then click on the save button again. Keep that in mind. When you find that you've entered something and you need to save, and you find that it's on hold, it's still circling, just click save again and you should be all well. So let's go and find Mr. Ngubane, and you know from earlier, he is the designer. Let's confirm here. Go and look up somewhere along the line there. We're going to find Mr. This is Mr. Swane. Let's find Mr. Ngubane. It does take time, but just to explain it for explanation purposes, there's as a designer. So we click here, Mr. Ngubane. We'll make sure that you when you have selected Mr. Ngubane, you are on his profile and you know that he's a designer. Enter, and there comes the designer allocated. We'll click save. Quick one that I'd also want to cover since it's here is Mr. Ngobane's. We need to capture this particular banking details. So I'm going to, they don't give you a number for it, allocation number. So we're going to look there. We find it's a standard bank at Toyando. So we're going to now click this here and search for it. And you're going to find that there is no standard bank at Toyando. So you then add on a new one, which is not a problem. you will find that there's code UBC, so try to keep to it. So I'm just waiting now, and we're going to go to the bottom here where you type UBC10, and that will be standard bank, and we will then use this here, the branch code here, which is in this case here, branch code they didn't give us, so you have to use something. We'll copy the one above, 051001, and of 6 characters, 51001, there it is. And the branch name, we'll call it Thoyando, THOHOYANDOU. And the branch bank name again is Standard Bank. And we can then go down, and we then can select this bank for Mr. Kubane Thoyando, Standard Bank, click OK, and there it is now. Standard Bank Thoyando UBC10. There's their account number is 656 as it is stated here, 412546. And then the type of account that's there, it says current account. If there's no current account, you will call it, you could use transmission account, and that's it there. And we covered Mr. Ngubane's banking details. Let's go to the next one. Let's save, and then we're going to find Mr. Zwane. Right, Mr. Zwane, let's go here. And we're going to quickly find Mr. Zwane's banking details. Mr. Zwane's banking details is going to be somewhere here. Well, they are giving us a hint here, absa bank, but having said that, we'll quickly look down. And we're going to find here absa Thoyando. So we're going to click here, and we're going to now create a new account here. We're going to click add. That'll allow us to, remember we used UBC10, so it's going to be UBC11 absa, and this code we'll use. If they don't give us, we'll use the one that's given to us, the universal 1632005 THOHOYANDOU Thoyando, and the bank is absa. And we're going to click OK. Let's go one down at least. OK. We go and click number 11, absa Thoyando. There it is now. Put in the account number from here. It's at 5415484. And this stage it's a check account 5415484, and the check account here. Well, there's no check account, so we could use, well, there's a check account here, there it is here. And then we're going to click save. Like I mentioned to you, when you click save and you find it still hanging, click save again, and it's not a problem there. All gets solved. So let's now finalize and get ready. What is going on here? We have now successfully captured the job descriptions and banking details of both employees. We've captured, I showed you how you do your leave balances and leave entitlement. We're getting ready to process, but before we process, we now need to quickly look and keep in mind that this is what we really need. We need one payslip for Mr. Peter Zwane because he's a monthly individual. He gets paid on a monthly basis. Let me type that in. And Mr. Nkubane is fortnightly. That's twice, 2 payslips. And then they want occupation listing, they want bank branch codes link with the employee master file of Mr. Ben Nkubane, only personal and payment details, leave history. We can do that, but we can also look at occupational listing. Let's look at it here. So we're going to go to view screen and we're going to now look at occupational listings, and we'll have to search to find occupations listing. We'll find it. If you look at generally it's going to be under the master file, but you can familiarize yourself with all these reports. Generally, it's an occupation, and then you're going to find occupation list here, and you print it to screen, and there it is. Now let's get it bigger. There it is. There it is, the occupational listing, designer and managers, and you can print that. So you get yourself some marks there. So let's go again. Where did we go? We went to view, went to master files and occupational listing. Very quick look here. They also talked about bank and branch codes. So in the question there, we talked about, to get this right, they want the bank branch codes linked with the employees. So you're going to go to view, you're going to go to master files, bank branch codes, and they mentioned linked employees, so you need to link it, and you got all the ones that you need, because either way it's going to be all. You'll notice that although we could try, we want 10, it's linked, and 11, but they're saying bank codes, so it's best to just follow. Let's see what comes out of it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, have a look. And we've got blank branch codes linked to the employees, but I have selected just these two. You may find that that may be a bit of a problem. It's possible. So best perhaps one could do is, or an alternative to this here is, we could just go back again there and click view, click master files, click bank branch codes. We'll link it, we will not select, we will allow the computer to take all, capture all, right from number 1 right up to number 9. All of them should be captured. Let's look at it here. Let's get it here. Okay, and there's the rest of them. But we have the two linked up. So we have all of them, all the banks with the branch codes, right? And these two have been linked simply because we ticked this link here, branch code, ticked on this link here, linked employees. So the choice will be yours, and I'll leave that decision up to you. So going back to where we were, let's make this smaller, ease of screen usage, and we get back here. So we've got that sorted out. We've printed the master file of Ben Gobane, show only personal and payment details, not a problem. Show payment and personal details. Let's get that down. Would have printed this master file and employee master file. You have to be careful. You've got both. So they want you to choose Ben Gobane. So click on Mr. Peters, this one, and you click on here where it says move that selected. So it's just to process Ben Gubane. But if you look at this question paper again, it tells you employee must of Ben Gubane show only personal and payment details. So personal, so we're just going to select Ben Gubane and we'll move the other. If you made a mistake, you can then move select it again back, but that's not the case. So we'll move it here away. So we have a choice of moving the date here now. Personal and payment details. Now we have to specify personal details, payment details, and we don't need to worry about profile. We haven't used it, so click OK, and there's gonna come up here best of Ben Gobane. There's the personal details of You would have captured all of that, and there's the payment details there that we've just worked on now. Right, that'll give you marks. So easy marks from your view screen, and you may have to familiarize yourself. And I really don't know what will they ask for the examination. So you have to then you have to look at the view screen and then make the correct decision. So let's go back to maybe where. Let's make this smaller now. Right now, remember time is again against us, as I mentioned here. So we're moving on to the next part, and that is to make your changes to the transactions. This is very, 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 very important. And they highlight, and then they've also made a point here by saying note 12 that copy changes made to fortnightly, because bear in mind that you are working with a monthly and a fortnightly situation. You're working with both monthly and fortnightly, so you need to make those necessary changes. So these are simple changes, but let's look at them. 5005. So all you do is go to setup, go to transactions, and search by on that magnifying glass. This here, the search icon 5005, and you're going to find hourly wages there. Right? Go back to what they're saying. They're saying piece what change, paste the description to hourly wage. You'll notice that I've already done that for you. I've got wages, it should be wage. Let's get that changed, and you'll find that by saving it, it accepts that. So this is how you go about making those necessary changes that you need to. So again, it's going to be search. I've highlighted those in red. You don't need to change all the ones in red because there's some information that's there. Overtime, change the payroll distribution to overtime 5324. So type in 5324 because you got under code. You'll then find it, change it to overtime, and I've done just that overtime for you. Close search again, move to the next one. And we're finding performance being changed payslip description to performance bonus. So 5204, because I'm under code, captures, finds the code, performance based bonus, there's there on the description and payslip description. Search again for the next one, and the next one is going to be, don't need to do anything with uniform 6026 taxable portion print on payslip must be on. So we'll type in 6026 print on payslip must be on. You don't have to worry about these ticks that are already there. Those are by default, so ignore them. You just tick whatever they asked you to tick and leave the rest as they were. Print on payslip must be on. Let's go to the next one. Click here, and we're going to find that we should be by our deductions. And here it's something interesting. Print on payslip must be on for all deduction transactions. So you have to make sure that you have print on payslip on all of them. And secondly, you have to make sure that you capture these codes if they are relevant. And thirdly, which is I want to bring to your attention, is 8170. They say it's staff saving accruing balance, but they don't mention print on payslip must be on. Even with pension fund, they don't mention that. Even with medical aid, they don't mention that. So you have to, even the housing allowance, although I noticed in the exam question paper, they don't ask you for anything related to housing allowance. Anyway, print on payslip must be on. Here it is 7,000. So we're going to start with the first one, 7,000. There's 7,000. Print on payslip must be on. We're happy with that. Let's go to the next one, which is going to be 8091. 8091. And here they say to you that your medical aid employee amount, insert an amount of 2300 per month. 2300 We'll enter here 2300, but that is for a monthly person. So we're going to now click the fortnightly. And there we're going to find that for fortnightly be 1,500 rand. So under fortnightly, you find this highlight. This one here comes to the fore. This other ones are no more highlighted. They're at the background. They grayed out. So here you're going to put in 1500. And then you will know, remember, as we said, print on payslip must be on. So you're going to click save. That is your H091 one. Look at 8170. It says there accruing balance 8170. So I'm going to search. Click on my search button 8170 and I have to make sure that my print on payslip must be on. It is on. I'm good. UIF is a mandatory code. You'll look at it here and you'll find that 8045. It's a mandatory code and it print on payslip by default is already on. We don't need to bother about that. But the last one here is the creating of a new transaction. It was not required of you to use it. However, I want to show you again 1004. So you're going to click on add 1004 and you want you to link it to 8500. So you just type in 8500. And there you are. It picks up that original the template of 8500. That's it there. And here they want you to call it housing. Just type in here and description, and your paste description also must be housing. Link transact copy to fortnightly pro rata start end must be on. So copy to this pro rata start end must be on, and we know that print on payslip has to be on. Copy to fortnightly pro rata start end on. That is, so we've got pro rata start end on. Copy to fortnightly. What it will do is when you go to fortnightly, you're going to find it's already code is now duplicated there for fortnightly and pro rata start and has already been ticked for you. So although we did one, we use this feature where it says copy to fortnightly and it then does the whatever you want it to be done in fortnightly. And you'll notice we're not working weekly, but the weekly is left blank. Go back to monthly. If you need to, click save and then we click edit and we're back to the search button. So we're back again now. We finished with our deductions. Let's look at the company contributions. Here you're going to look at 9002. So I'm going to click 9002. I think by now you should be able to get the hang of it. Capture 8.5. So I'm going to click on the percentage here, 8.5, enter. And it says here print on payslip pro rata start end must be on. So I'm going to click on here print on payslip pro rata start end must be on, and I'm going to click save. The transaction that has been percentage amount as a type input 00 is specified as a percentage. So let's look at it here again. 9002 as per the question paper, 8.5. So it's as a fixed percentage. So now we look at the situation here above. It was 7,000. So 9002. Again, you'll notice here. Let's try it one more time. 8.5. And it's going to give us this message here. Fortunately, now it for the second time. Let's just look at it here. 9002. 9002. And let's make sure that it's there. Yes, 8.5 is there, which is fine. 9091. Let's see what happens here now. We got that sorted out here. 9091. And here they got medical aid fixed amount. So we look at medical aid employer amount. Change this here to employer amount. Employer amount. Employer amount, and here we're going to find contributes 2,000 towards monthly and 990 towards the fortnightly. Insert the amounts pro rata Print on payslip pro rata start and must be on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 things to do. So let's go here. Print on payslip must be on. Pro rata start and must be on. And 2,000 rands here. So enter the amount of 2,000. And we're then going to go to fortnightly. Oh, that was fortnightly. My apologies. Let's go back into monthly. Percentage there. So that 9091. Let's go back again here. 2,000 rands. There it is there. And fortnightly, it's 990. So I also realize that we need to be mindful of where we are. If we are on monthly, we'll have to put in the amount for monthly. In fortnightly, we'll have to put in the amount for fortnightly, as I mentioned on the question paper. So we've done that pro rata start end for fortnightly as well as monthly. Pro rata start end print on payslip on amount is 2,000 rands. Fortnightly, the amount is 990. We're good to go by saving it. Move to the next one, which is the leave accrual print on payslip must be on 9120. 9120 print on payslip must be on. We're going to check that box. Print on payslip, click save, and we're ready to go now to the next one now, which is bonus accrual fixed percentage of 6.5 pro rata start and on print on payslip on captured percentage copy to fortnightly. So there's a copy one. So 9142. Let's do this. 9142. And we're going to put the percentage of 6.5. Pro rata start in must be on. And print on payslip must be on. Print on payslip, pro rata start end, and copy to fortnightly. I was on monthly. Let me just get back here to get this better. 6.5. There it is. And I'm going to say copy to fortnightly. Then what it does really is that it will copy that information to fortnightly. So monthly is 6.5 as well as fortnightly 6.5. And we're then going to save it. Look at the next one. By default, it's a mandatory code. We don't have to worry about this one here. 9100 is also a mandatory code, but we have it giving us some information to say print on payslip must be off. So let's search for that. So print on payslip is off. Pro rata start end must be on. There's pro rata start end must be on. And OIG level is 0.5%, so 0.3%, so 0.3%. There's it there, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. Print and paste up off, copy to fortnightly. Print and paste up off, copy to fortnightly. I was on fortnightly by default, so let's go to monthly. So why don't you keep it here, copy to monthly, and it then changes over to same information to monthly. So fortnightly, copy to monthly, it'll bring it over there and be done, good to go. So monthly has changed and including your fortnightly. No change to be not doing that. It's fine. So monthly sort out as well as fortnightly, and you're gonna then save it. So we have now completed our setup of our transactions. Then we move on to the question paper, and I want to read to you something important that all employees belong to the medical aid. And why I mention that is because when you look here at the codes, you're going to find that medical aid is not stated in any of these in this basis here. Mr. Swane belongs to medical aid is there. Fine. Let's look at this person here, Mr. Ngobane. I'm going to find Mr. Ngobane. There's medical aid. We are fortunate that it's mentioned there. So we're good. So medical aid, the employer contributes. These are the amounts. Pension, gotcha, has to end medical aid, leave accrual, and bonus accrual must appear on all payslips. So we have to make sure that leave accrual, which is 9120, and bonus accrual, which is 9142, must appear. So let's go back, leave accrual and bonus accrual. You'll find those ones there. There's no mention of leave accrual. There's no mention of bonus accrual. So that's additional codes that you will have to make sure that you capture. Same thing with Mr. Ngubane. you'll find that 912 and 9142, so additional codes, they are not there, so we're gonna make sure that we capture them. That's important. So this is the a little bit of planning, and as I mentioned, I've got the link for this here. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to ask take take a little look at the question paper. And what I've done here is taken these codes and wrote them here next to the descriptions, next to the amount. Somewhere along the line, you need to just slot it in these codes. This is part of your planning. It's very, very important for you to capture by writing them down. And once you've got this here, you to capture all these transactions will become very simple. So the idea is to make sure that you write down. So let's take an example. Mr. Swana is monthly employee and 37,000 per month. The code that has been selected for it's 5,000. That's basic salary. This one here is piecework. This is for hourly work wages, which is 5,005. So we're going to now go down here and we're going to now select the monthly, the fortnightly transactions here, and you're going to find there's a code 5,005 here. Same thing with code 5324, which is overtime. So the next part or the next clip now will focus exclusively on the capturing of these codes with amounts. And for that, let me just whet your appetite. To give you an idea, we will use the process payslip and we'll start capturing. The important thing to note here is whose you are capturing. Mr. Bane is a fortnightly, will comment with that, and we'll then start capturing. Yeah, that's the end of this particular clip. The transactions will come soon. Thank you so much.